Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skatedown. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. So in this video, I want to talk about those free agent netminders that are out there this offseason, and especially with the Devils, they're looking to upgrade in net. Tom Fitzgerald has been very vocal about talking about that in his past couple of interviews, saying that he wants to address that going into the season. He knows how bad it was this year. He didn't want to rush Nico Dawes and Schmid up this year. He wanted them to develop, but just with the circumstances that went through, they had to play. So he wants to address it as a priority number one, and every Devils fan sees that, and they want that as well. So in this video, I'll talk about a couple of names that are out there as far as free agents. So if you're a fan of any other NHL team and if you're seeing that your team is a goaltender as well, stay tuned and listen to the names that are out there this year. So the first one I want to talk about is MarcAndre Fleury, currently playing with he was playing with the Wild this year. His desire, he's come out and said that he wants to sign with the Pittsburgh Penguins and retire a Penguin. So, looking at him, he's 37 years old. He had a pretty good year this year, played in 56 games. He went 29 wins, 23 losses, 2.90 GAA and a .908 save percentage. So, with MarcAndre Fleury, I would love if the Devils could add him. I'm hoping Tom Fitzgerald at least tries to kick the tires on this. I think if you're looking at a certain netminder who's played a lot of playoff experience, who's won Stanley Cups, who is well loved by everybody who's played with him, and known of him, they speak so highly of this guy. The way he can keep a locker room loose, the way he's funny, the way he's just one of those characters that draws your attention to, and plays well on the ice as well. If the Devils can look to add that veteran presence that can really help mentor Mackenzie Blackwood and all the Devils youth, not only Mackenzie Blackwood in net, but just the whole core of the Devils. They're so young, and you need that veteran presence this year, and I'm sure the Devils will look to add that, especially in net. So MarcAndre Fleury could be an interesting option, but I think with him, he's played on a couple of different teams. He knows exactly what he wants entering this tail end of his career. At 37 years old, he has a couple of years left. I think, especially hearing that he wants to come back and sign with the Pittsburgh Penguins, I think he's going to do that. I think he will take less to play there. I think he will try to convince maybe Letang and Malkin to take a bit less so they could all play together and try to win another cup together. So it's just definitely keep an eye on MarcAndre Fleury this year. I think he's going to have a lot of teams really kicking the tires on him. And I'm going to throw the Toronto Maple Leafs as well. I think they're a team that they don't know exactly what they want in net, and I think he could be an interesting veteran option with them as well. So I think you're going to have a lot of teams kicking the tires on MarcAndre Fleury. I'm hoping the Devils do. Maybe the Devils can land him. I don't know. Tom Fitzgerald was able to bring in Dougie Hamilton via free agency, so maybe he can do that as well with MarcAndre Fleury, and I think he could really help the New Jersey Devils. But I think his desire to want to sign with the Pittsburgh Penguins and retire there, I think is really strong right about at this point in time. Billy Husso. Billy Husso is an interesting option. He's definitely on the other side of the spectrum as far as net minding. He's younger at 27 years old. He's got a good frame, 6'3", 209 pounds. Looking at his playoff career versus his regular season, definitely it's something to consider. Looking at his playoffs in his career, he's 2 wins, 5 losses, 3.67 GAA, .890 save percentage. And looking at his regular season, especially this year, 40 games played, 25 wins, 7 losses, 2.56 GAA and a .919 save percentage. He's currently making $750K, so he's going to make a lot more. So this is what a lot of NHL analysts were saying even during the year. If he's not signed, it's going to be a question mark as they head into the offseason. You have Binnington there signed for $6 million per for another 5 years. So he's locked in. So, and especially looking at what happened in net in the playoffs. Husso didn't really play that well. You had Binnington that played great. So, it's definitely something that, that's going to be an issue with the St. Louis Blues. Can they afford to keep Husso and round out the rest of their roster? So, he's definitely a name that's going to be out there, and a lot of NHL teams are going to look to bring in. Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell is 30 years old, still at a really good age. Currently making $1.65 million AAV, and he's another one who didn't have a spectacular playoffs but had a good year. And, you know, I'm not going to knock him in net with the playoffs. Him and Vasilevsky both, their numbers were just not the way they should be. It was an offensive dominated series between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So both of the net minding numbers were off. So I'm going to give Jack Campbell that. I think he played good in net. He went 3 of 4, 3.15 GAA, and a .897 save percentage. Looking at his regular season, 49 games played, he went 31 wins, 9 losses, 2.64 GA, and a .914 save percentage. So with Jack Campbell currently making $1.65 million AAV, he's going to get a bump in pay. I think he's going to make probably in the $4 or $5 million range, and that might price himself out of Toronto, but he has a desire to want to stay. He loves playing for Toronto. He loves the city. He wants to stay there and, try to win a championship there. So we'll see what happens with this. Both sides are saying all the right things. He wants to stay. He wants to win. But, they're still far apart as far as numbers. And, he may be in a situation where he wants to really bank in on his next deal. So we're going to have to wait and see. Darcy Kuemper, 32 years old. He's had a really good year. 57 games played, 37 wins, 12 losses, 2.54 GAA, and a .921 save percentage. Currently making $4.5 million. So with Darcy Kuemper, he's having a really good year with the Colorado Avalanche. Currently still in the playoffs, chasing the Stanley Cup. So we'll see what happens with Darcy Kuemper, but he's currently at $4.5 million already, having a good year where he's going to want more to sign with a new club. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Does the Colorado Avalanche want to keep him around? I know they're going to have some cap issues going into the offseason as well, but they gave up a lot to get him. They had the issue before net, and they may want to keep him as he's working well with the team. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with Darcy Kuemper. Braden Holtby is another one that's out there. But, at this stage in his career, he's 32 years old, still has that Stanley Cup win that he can help a team with. He didn't have the best of years. He went 10-10-1, 2.78 GAA, .913 save percentage, but he has an injury history the past couple of years. So it may be a situation. What are the Devils looking at? Are they looking to bring in an older veteran netminder who's played in the playoffs a lot, who's won a Stanley Cup? Do they want to bring that element in, even though they still have an injury history, or do they want to go the younger route to have a younger netminder pushing Mackenzie Blackwood to be better and pushing themselves to be better? So it's going to be an interesting situation to see what the Devils do. Do they go the UFA route? Do they go the RFA route? There's a couple of big names in RFA as well. Looking at other UFA netminders, you have Martin Jones, you have Casey DeSmith, you have Mikko Koskinen, you have Craig Anderson, you have Scott Wedgwood, but I don't think they're going to go the Scott Wedgwood route again. Looking at RFAs, there's Alexander Georgiev from the New York Rangers. Devils and Rangers have made trades in the past, so maybe this is an interesting option. I know Georgiev wants to be in a position where he can play more, and playing behind Shesterkin, he really wasn't playing that much, so that's an interesting thing. I know they were trying to trade him leading up to the trade deadline, and they told him they will help him during the summer, move him to another team, but they need him right now for the playoffs. So, and then there's Vitek Vanacek for the Washington Capitals. He could be another interesting option as well. But, I don't know what the Devils want to do as far as what they want to address this year. I know they want to add possibly another top 6 forward. They want to add some veteran presence to this team. And I know they really want to make their goaltending a lot better, because they felt they could have won a lot more games having a better tandem in net, a healthier tandem in net, possibly could have been really pushing for that wild card for a playoff position. So we'll see what happens this offseason. I really think the Devils are in a good situation right now where there's a couple of good names out there, and they don't have to go crazy giving a big contract. They can still give those maybe the 1 to 2 year deal with the older veteran netminders, or maybe a 2 or 3 year deal with the younger ones, where gives Nico Dawes some time to develop, and Schmid as well, and makes them figure out a situation where, what is Mackenzie Blackwood? Is he our number 1 going forward, or is he not going to be with the team based on what's transpired this year? So a lot of questions to be answered. We'll see what the offseason brings, but comment below what you think about this. Who do you want the Devils to chase as far as bringing in a netminder this offseason, or whatever team you want? Do you want to bring one of these names in? Comment below and let me know. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button if you haven't done so, and subscribe to Hockey Skatedown. It's free. And have a great day. Have a great night. Take it easy. Stay safe.